Hi everyone, you're with Tesla Tom and thank you for joining us on Ludicrous Feed. I'm with my lovely wife today, Joy Ryder. Hello Joy.
Hello Tesla Tom.
Well, first of all, I'd like to congratulate you for something you did yesterday. Can you tell us what it was?
Well, I put a reservation down, so that means money down, for a Tesla Model 3.
Oh, that's fantastic. Congratulations. And guys, just before we get into it, just wanted to quickly stop here and ask you to hit subscribe if you haven't done so already to stay up to date with our latest videos. Alright, so in Australia, a reservation costs $1,500. I guess for some people that might seem a lot of money initially to stand in a queue for 12 to 18 months. I mean, I could do that for free at a bank. Are you concerned this money could have been spent on something better?
I don't think so. I think of it as a way of sort of beating the main queue. I think there are a lot of... I think once the Tesla 3 actually hits the road and people are going to start seeing it on the road, and knowing, what price point it's going to be, I think there's going to be a sudden flood of interest. And so I just wanted to kind of get in before that happens.
That's a very good reason to do so. Up until a few months ago, you were still kind of in two minds about owning an electric car. Why the sudden turnaround?
It was actually when you brought your car in for service and we got a loaner car, which was a newer model. It was still a Model S, but it was a newer Model S, and I could already feel the difference in the technology. It just seemed like not that yours is not a sturdier, well-built car, but it's sort of like, even a level above that. And I think if that's the sort of workmanship and craftsmanship that's going to be in the Model 3, sign me up.
Fair enough. And the last couple of times we spoke on this channel, you were keen on the Jaguar I-Pace. What has kind of made you change your mind over to Tesla again?
I think just, let's face it, the price. The Jaguar I-Pace is going to be probably twice the cost of the Model 3. And I think thinking about it, the I-Pace is going to be Jaguar's first all-electric vehicle. And I think I'd rather go with a company for which this is, their fourth vehicle, excluding like trucks and things like that. But, basically their fourth major electric vehicle, all-electric vehicle.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, we've got the Roadster, Model S, Model X, and now the Model 3. The I-Pace is Jaguar's first car. You've barely seen the Model 3, let alone sit or even driven the car. What have you read or seen online about this car that has impressed you the most?
I haven't really. I mean, it's just my experience of driving, or rather of being a passenger in your Model S. I think that's enough, really, to know that, okay, they can do a good Model S, and if that can translate into a smaller vehicle, that's great.
Now, I know you've gone on record to saying that you love your current car, the trusty Mazda CX-5. What will you miss the most about your car when your Model 3 eventually arrives?
Believe it or not, there's a side camera that I can use when I'm parallel parking, and I really, really like that side camera, and I'm hoping that Tesla will have either something similar, or I might have to rig up a webcam to it makes such a difference parking. I can't praise that side camera enough.
I'm pretty sure there are side cameras on the cars already, but whether it's being used, I don't think so. It's more for the autopilot function. We'll see what happens in the future. Now, the CX-5 is an SUV, whereas the Model 3 is more like a mid-sized sedan. Are you going to miss that extra space, do you think?
I know for me, it's probably not that much of an issue. I think when you're looking at a car, you always think that you need more space than you actually do. As long as it can fit all of the kids' gear in there for their, sports, extracurricular activities, then, for me personally, I don't need that much space up the back. It can fit all the groceries, so I'm pretty happy.
And last question, how do you think our lives will change as a family when we eventually become an all-electric car household?
I think the number one thing I'm looking forward to, apart from obviously driving an all-electric vehicle, just the thrill of that, is not ever having to go to a petrol station anymore. The prices for petrol are just going up and up. There's a great app called Petrol Spy, which I already use to try and get something that's a little bit below the market rate. I just sort of see where it's the cheapest, where I'm going to buy it. But these days, it's really difficult to find anything under, 148, 149, and that's either E10 or U91. So.
Yep, that's very true. I think if you speak to most electric car owners currently, that's one thing they love about owning an electric vehicle, not having to go to a petrol station again. Alright, well, thank you very much for your time, and thanks everyone for listening. Hope you've enjoyed that video, and as always, happy charging. Thanks for watching, and thanks for being part of the energy revolution. If you haven't done so already, be sure to hit subscribe to keep up to date with our latest videos. If you're about to buy a Tesla, use our promo code on screen to score free unlimited supercharging. Happy charging!